Fuck! So I found out recently they can just say fuck at the beginning of the video on YouTube now, and so I figure I might as well do it. I know I'm on Twitch right now, whatever, but like I'm gonna upload this as a VOD later, so hey, fuck! Cool, right? I can do it now. I have the power. Hi everybody, what's up? How's it going? We have a weird one for today. We're gonna be playing this game called Hero Law, or Hero of Law, not a Law. And what it is gonna become. Is this running too quick? Also, I can't hear it. Did I fuck it up? Did I fuck something up? Hold on. This is weird. Hold on. Let me restart. I think something's weird. I tested it a little bit, but I think I might not have tested it properly or something. I hope I don't struggle to run this. But hey, everybody, I already said that. I can never be too polite. Hey, everybody, what's up? We're playing Hero of Law. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna become clear really quick what this is. But I guess I can give a short hint. This is Ace Attorney, but also it's Ocarina of Time. This game autosaves after each scene. Do not turn off your console during scene transition. Oh yeah, this runs on an actual N64, by the way. It's so quiet. Do you think they forgot? Forget a royal visitation. No one could make such a blunder. Princess. Who is speaking? Well, I guess I should just go in and then... Oh, there she is. Zelda. Oh my god! Oh my god! She killed Mario! You bastard! March 17, 9:37 a.m. Hyrule Grand Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. I love this already. This is so much, like, this is exactly like Ace Attorney. I don't know if y'all ever played Ace Attorney, it's this. It's literally this, basically. It feels surprisingly similar. Also, I really recommend Ace Attorney is a great series of game. What voice do I give Link? No. Oh, wait, I got this. let me get into character. Excuse me, princess. Okay. No, I got this. You'd think that after so many years of doing this, I'd be used to the stress. Pigs, what's up? Hi. Hey, how's it going? So why am I shaking? God, I guess it's a lot worse when your friend's life is on the line. Or wait, no, maybe I should have gone with CDI Link. The music, oh my god, is it loud? I'm sorry, I forgot to ask if the game is loud. 64 games can sometimes be a little... Oh, it's funny. It's really good, honestly. It's like a really good like remix of like Zelda and Ace Attorney music. What was I saying? Right. CDI music. I'll be that. Gee, it sure is boring around here. Yeah, I guess it's a lot worse when your friend's life is on the line. Come on, gotta look professional. She can't see you like this. Speaking of her though, where is she anyway? It perfectly matches the vibe while keeping the same sound. But I'm really impressed with this already. Actually, by the way, this runs on an actual N64, and like it plays perfectly and everything. So like it's really impressive. Hey, you over there. Huh? What is it, attorney? The trial's isn't starting yet. But it'll be soon, right? Would you happen to know why my client isn't here yet? I didn't get to speak much with her when she was arrested, so... I was hoping I could at least exchange a word with her now. I need a gun emote sometime. I need to make that. Hahaha. Well, you weren't the only one with the idea. I believe she is currently in the prosecutor's lobby. You wanted to talk to her as well. What? What is up with this guy? He bars me from the crime scene, blocks my detention center visits, and now this? Not to worry, she'll definitely be here before the trial. Great, that'll be a joyous 5 minutes indeed. I like that he has more of like a Phoenix personality than a Link personality, which I guess Link doesn't have much of that, but like, it's still, like, this doesn't feel like Link, it feels like Phoenix. So I'm assuming that this is meant to be their own version of like in the timeline, this will be a unique entry in it and not like part of like continuing from Ocarina of Time. It just looks like Ocarina of Time, so Link could have a personality in this. There's a personality in the CDI games, that's for sure. Personality, you could call that. Chad, do you see like a loading wheel near my leg? Do you see that, or is it just on my end? Is that there for y'all? I don't know what that is. Why is that there? Wait, do you see it? Yeah, what the fuck? Is this? It's not my notifications window. No, that's definitely not it. It's not my PNG tuber. Oh, I know what it was. Never mind. Okay, never mind. I still had Moon's model in. But obviously she's not connected, so that didn't count. There's nothing I can do but wait. Sorry about that. Sometime later. Okay, this is ridiculous. How much longer can he keep her? I see. See, there she is. No need to get all worked up. Something wrong? Did I hear shouting? So much for looking professional. No, don't worry. Everything's fine. This is Malin. Ever since we met her in Hyrule Castle Town all those years ago, we've been great friends. Her heart's in the right place. I know she cared deeply about her father. If everything's fine, why do you look so worried? Well, how did the investigation go? Did you find anything? Yes, the investigation. I found tons of, groundbreaking stuff. Particularly that my opponent's a real scumbag. What did the prosecutor want from you anyway? Well, it was mostly just threats. He kept explaining in detail what will happen to me if I'm found guilty. Doesn't sound like a vital discussion that needed to happen right before the trial. He probably just did that so we wouldn't have much time to talk. You believe in me, right? I didn't do it. I'd never. Well, of course, I believe you. Although, I'll be honest, things aren't looking very good right now. The crime scene was kind of comical. Just her dad's fucking dad and her passed out with the knife clumsily put in her hand next to him. Wait, this exists, huh? Hi, Dr. Jojo, what's up? Yeah, it's an actual fucking, like, ROM hack of Ocarina of Time that turns into Ace Attorney. And so far, it's being really fucking accurate. It's, like actually really cool. It sounds amazing. The music is really good, too, yeah. I'm, like, so surprised by this. What's that you got there? Oh, this is just a pictograph of Father I carry around. I just can't believe he's gone. All 5 pixels of him. I wish I knew how to cheer her up right now. I'm not very good at handling emotional clients. Hey, you know, that pictograph could really be useful for the trial. This is something that also I don't think was in Ocarina of Time, like awkward pauses during like speech dialogue. Like, do you see how like he paused, like, hey, pause, you know, pause, that picture guy. Like, that's something that they had to program in from Ace Attorney. That's so cool. It's definitely using the same sound font as Zelda 64. Yeah, it's like, I mean, this literally runs on a Nintendo 64, by the way. Like, you could export this into a cartridge and put it on a Nintendo 64 and play it. I mean, I'm doing this right now, right, Nintendo? Wink, wink. And this is a legally owned copy that I have, too. Yeah, yeah. Oh, how so? Well, you look so happy together. I can present it to show that you two have a great relationship. You really think so? I think I know who killed him too. Just from like knowing Ocarina of Time, I think it's the other farm owner, the one that looks like Luigi. I think he's probably the one that killed him because his character arc in the original Ocarina of Time is literally trying to take the wrench over from him. I think there's text and timing 1064, just not this extreme. Probably. Maybe like some awkward pauses, but like not in between lines. Maybe you should bring my model there. Alright, don't get too cocky. I bring you in for one stream and now you just want to take over just because you were the star of the show. Let's calm down now. You're coming back next week. You just sit there for now. Melon has those yaoi hands. Oh god. Oh no, not the yaoi hands. Melon's pictograph added a chord record. At least I'll be walking in there with something other than my badge. But wait, we shouldn't just be idly chatting. Anyway, there's so much time left. I know it's hard to talk about, but could you tell me what actually happened? I don't stand much of a chance if I don't know your version of the story. I understand. Unfortunately, there's... The trial's starting. Defendant attorney, please enter the courtroom at once. Uh-oh. Shouldn't have said that stuff about not having a chance. Alright, everything will be fine. The prosecutor has been playing with me for a fool since this began, but sooner or later, his arrogance will be his undoing. Let's head inside. My voice is getting, like, dry. Hold on, let me sip. My name is Link. I've been a defense attorney for the last 7 years. I've won my fair share of cases, and lost some too, but this one is personal. I guess it's not his first case, so it's not exactly like Ace Attorney. And Ace Attorney, like, this will literally be Phoenix's first case. And he gets so nervous that the judge has to, like, tutorial reminding how to be an attorney. It's really funny. There's so much at stake here. Not only do I have to save Malon's life, I gotta find out who did this to Talon. Talon, he was all so kind. He didn't deserve this. I need to do him justice. I can't lose this. Alright, chat, let's go. Oh, it's fucking Ganondorf! And the judge is the Light Sage. What's his name again? He had a really funny name, but I forgot his name. Oh no, I'm a fake Zelda fan. It's not K-Par, Gaybora, but it's the owl that everyone thinks is him. Whatever. Court is now in session for the trial of Malon of Long Long Wrench. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I sincerely doubt that. Oh my god, they're using him, they're calling him Dragmire? There's some deep lore here. So Ganondorf's last name is Dragmire, if you didn't know. What were they thinking? Pitting me against some pathetic kid. I didn't know he had one. Yeah, I think it's like only said in very specific circumstances. I think it's like only in like the manual and the Zelda encyclopedia and shit. I don't think it's ever said in the game, but yeah, his last name is Dragmire. Does it have another name? I think it has a full name of like 3 names. Ganondorf full name. Oh no, it's just Ganondorf Dragmire. Okay. I thought he had a friend name, but whatever. pathetic kid. What a... Still your tongue. He literally has the DreamWorks face right now. You bring shame upon the fine color of your hair, vile woman. Before long, the world shall know the horrible deeds you committed. He's doing the Edgeworth finger wag. The Let us not prolong the inevitable, shall we begin? Oh, now, this court is no place to be exchanging insults. Oh, and the judge had to live. They have so many Ace Attorney mannerisms. Like, the judge keep doing this thing where, like, he lifts his head up high like he's, like, seeing God. Like, oh, since the prosecution seems ready as well, let's hear the opening statement. The opening statement shall also be the closing one. Stop fingering the table. The girl did it, it's obvious. She killed her own father in cold blood. Also, she could have wrenched the wrench all to herself. Couldn't wait for the old fool to die naturally, could you? You greedy little rat. He's so mean! Objection! Your Honor, you cannot allow this man to verbally abuse the defendant like this. Objection! Oh, she committed murder, kid. She deserves every bit of scorn she gets. I do believe a little less commentary would go amiss. Bah! I assure you, old man, you will change your opinion once you see all the damning evidence. Who is this guy? How can he speak to the judge like that? Ganondorf Dragmeyer. Looks like I've been lucky to avoid meeting this man until now. The stories I've heard about him must be true. A boorish barbarian of a man hailing from the Gerudo province. Apparently, he prides himself on the nearly clean streak he's cultivated for decades. All while disrespecting everyone in the court, including the judge. I don't like Link doing this face right now. It feels weird. You know what this reminds me of? Have you ever seen the fucking, like, orange soda Ocarina of Time commercial where Link has uncanny expressions? What's the orange soda called? Hold on. Okay. OoT orange soda ad. He has like a really weird expressions in that. And like the whole like gist of the ad is that he stops, like the player can't control Link anymore because Link got thirsty and then he starts drinking. There it is. Miranda. It's a Miranda commercial. And like he makes this like really pleased, I know it's really crusty, but like he makes this really pleased face like, Miranda. I don't like it. It's uncanny. This Link should not have expressions. It should be like yeah face the whole time, like the cross eye, like yeah. I even heard some attorneys refer to him as the King of Evil. Definitely has that look at the very least. Who wears full armor to court? He's doing the slap pose! This is so cute. Very well. Please present your case to the court. You don't seem to like me talking, so I'll just let the detective present the basics. Bring Impa of the Sheikah Force to the stand. Oh, here we go. The first battle. You know, Impa, she's quite a competent detective. Which worries me. Please let her have made a mistake just this once. Oh my god, she's dressed like Gumshoe. Alright, state your name and whatever it is you pretend to do. You never change, do you, prosecutor? Any possible change would be for the worse. Now stop wasting time. Name and occupation. Oh man. Very well. I am Impa, head detective of the Sheikah Force Homicide Division. Sure, for now at least. Well, what are you waiting for? Start talking! You were the one who signed this case, so you know all about it. What calamity has befallen our fair kingdom? Huh. So can be bothered to give a proper opening statement? I suppose I can do the prosecutor's job for him this time, for the sake of an unbiased look. Everyone fucking hates each other here. Please go ahead, detective. The incident happened early yesterday morning in Lon Lon Ranch, a local supplier of goods located south of Castletown. The current owner of the homestead, Talon, was found dead in his ranch house. A tragic loss for a kingdom for sure. I have seen the man around Castletown a number of times delivering goods. White, the owner, was rather important figure in the local community. In any case, this fucking music, oh my god, wait, it just hit me. How did he do it? How did he mix up Ocarina of Time and the Ace Attorney music so fucking well? This works so well, it's kind of crazy. We were alerted to the scene of the murder by the Royal Guard who were there in official business. Official business? What kind? As I understand, the ranch provides the kingdom with vital services. To ensure it's operating as it should, and as a gesture of appreciation, the Crown orders a visitation to the ranch every year. Toby Foss levels of leitmotif usage? Yo, for real though? I swear to god, like, Nintendo 64 ROM hackers could literally become like the next Toby Fox. They're like so fucking skilled in game development, but they like keep just doing like ROM hacks for the Nintendo 64. They're so fucking talented. There's so much genuinely amazing fucking stuff for the Nintendo 64, like in terms of ROM hacking. It's fucking insane. I want to play more of them too. I have so many lined up that I mean to play. And now that I've finished some of the games that I was playing, maybe I will. But I out for that. To ensure it's operating as it should, as a gesture of appreciation, the Crown orders a visitation to the ranch every year. I see. A scheduled annual visit. Continue, detective. When the Sheikah force arrived, found the victim bleeding onto the floor. I always knew that Morshu committed tax evasion. They finally brought his ass to court. Man, they should have Morshu in this game. That would be hilarious. I wonder if it's just one, like, case or if it's gonna be multiple. Because in that case, there is a chance that Morshu might be in this game. And so, hi Bob, what's up? Or like Kaze Emanuel, who's completely rewriting my 64 engine to run 60 FPS just to make a fan game. I am so fucking excited for that game, by the way. The second Return to Yoshi's Islands drop, I'm playing that shit day one. I'm so hyped. I know that I could play the demo right now, but I haven't, specifically because I want to go in fully blind to play it, because I know it's gonna be fucking amazing. Next to him lay his daughter, Malin, breathing but unresponsive. After a thorough investigation, we arrested her, as she was deemed the only possible culprit. That about covers the gist of what happened. Very nice and succinct. Yep, keep that up, and perhaps you'll keep your job. Oh, I didn't think the good detective here has to worry so much about that, given she's the head of the department. Which reminds me, why is the head of detectives herself in a case like this? Are the other detectives unavailable? That would be because I have been assigned to the case by the order of the King of Hyrule himself. The king himself assigned you? That doesn't happen very often, does it? You're correct, Your Honor. I'm not usually involved in field work like this. This time, however, the king felt it necessary because of who is involved. Who's involved? Is the death of a ranch worker really such a concern for the king? Well, as I said, Lon Lon Ranch is a very important supplier of goods, to be sure. But that's not who I meant. I imagine the king wanted to be wanted to stop investigating on this job because it was the royal princess herself who discovered the crime scene. Oh shit. Yeah, we saw that. Zelda literally saw the body. Order! I will have order! The royal princess Zelda witnessed the crime. Oh, and there you have it. This case writes in the princess's own words. To doubt it would be to doubt your own royalty. This is bad. I can't really object to that. Very well. If the princess is testifying today, it's better we don't make her needlessly wait. Detective, please testify about exactly why the defendant was arrested. Here we go. Cross-examination. I liked it. I loved it. It's written in Hylian. It's so cool. It is with regret that I agree. It is with regret that I agreed with Dragmire. All the evidence points towards the girl being the culprit. We determined that the murder definitely took place inside of the ranch house. There were only 3 people on the ranch: the victim, the defendant, and a worker who has an alibi for the time of the crime. The defendant was found unconscious right in front of the victim, who was bleeding out onto the floor. Furthermore, she was holding a weapon, without a doubt, that was used to kill the victim. She seemed like such a bright girl. It's most unfortunate. Something I noticed immediately, and I don't know if I'm remembering this wrong, I believe the murder weapon didn't have any blood in it, and the body did. So maybe that was a plant. This is kind of like medieval Hyrule, so I don't think they have forensics. They can't determine that the weapon had or had not the blood of the victim in it, or fingerprints. So they're kind of limited on that. In this case, this game's kind of more based on the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, the one that takes place in the past and has a guy unironically called Herlock Sholmes. Your Honor, I would like to submit these pieces of evidence to the court. First, I have the autopsy report performed by the Crown's top coroner. I'm sure they can smack a fairy around the area and get some magic dust to review clues. Oh my god, you're right. There are fairies. I wonder if like a tiny fairy can like see more detail. Maybe they can see fingerprints because they're so tiny. They probably have magic for it. That too. Yeah, I didn't think about magic. They have magic forensics. Instead of like the fingerprint dust, they literally just use fairy dust and then fucking like, oh wow, I feel revigorated, and also I know who killed them. Here's what we've determined to be the murder weapon, which we took from the defendant's hand. Isn't this like I think this is like a quest item that you have to like gift around on Ocarina of Time. Like you trade it for something else at one point. It's definitely one of the saws that the guys used to like cut a tree. I bet you have a fairy in a box that they blow air to using bellows to maximize the coverage of dust. They have like fucking like torture machines for like the fairies because they're treated as like second-class citizens. I mean, they keep putting them in jars, so I'd imagine they're not treated with a lot of respect. To make sure we had a correct weapon, we conducted a very thorough investigation. Naturally, we searched everyone and thoroughly examined the ranch and its vicinity. Nothing unusual was found, but to be safe, we also checked the ranch's inventory list to see whether anything was missing. Chat, by the way, just to be sure, you're not hearing any like background noise, right? There's like a shit ton of background noise right now because the fucking festival outside is still going on. I hope it's not picking up. I hope it's not. If it is, I'm sorry. Naro? Okay. Phew. This matches the item we found on the ranch exactly, and nothing but the saw had fresh blood on it. Okay, it did have blood. Never mind. Ranch inventory. Oh, I can look at the court record. Hold on. R. There it is. Oh, I have the attorney badge, just like in Ace Attorney. That's my favorite thing is like anytime they ask you to present evidence, you have the option to present your attorney badge, and everyone just looks at you like, what do you mean by this? Yeah, I get it. You're an attorney. And also, it's the fucking live medallion. That's cool. Proof that I can stand in court as an attorney. Malon's pictograph, a childhood photo of Malon and his father. Press A to view. Oh, it's so crusty. You can see Epona there. Autopsy report. Deep irregular wound made with a sharp metal object. Victim died from loss of blood no later than 8 a.m. Saw. Supposed murder weapon found in Malon's hand. Clean of blood? Hello? Hello? Uh-oh. I found something. I knew it had no blood in it. I remember seeing it. I was like, that has no blood in it. No, but my AC is on, so I got my own noise. Fair enough. Surprisingly, my AC is like right next to my mic, but it never picks up the noise of the AC, even when it's on full blast. So I'm lucky on that end. Wrench inventory. A list of equipment on the wrench. Press A for details. Oh, hello. We can see everything. Rakes, garden holes, buckets, hammers, knives, wooden saws. I thought that said wooden sands. I want a wooden sands on my desk. Saddles, horseshoes, axes, brooms, scythe. We can't even see how many of those we have, so I don't think there's gonna be. Cow nose rings? Why do they... What is it? Okay, what's even the point of cow nose rings? Is there a point to those, or did they just want the cows to look metal? I never understood why they put those. Man, I'm like curious now. I kind of to pull on them. I think that's mean. So actually, now that you're saying that might be the reason. So you can like guide the cow and like pull him through the nose ring. The poor cow. I hope that's not the case. I'm gonna look it up. If it's actually, according to PETA, the post I saw about Mario Kart today. Wait, you're fucking. Is that real? Did I actually post about the cow in Mario Kart today? Yes? Hold on. I need to see that. Hold on. PETA. The horses. Oh my god, they did. They did. They literally. Hold on. Hold on. I'm taking a screenshot of this. They're so fucking unserious. I swear to God. Liberate. Hey, Nintendo. Let Cow Race free. Remove her nose ring. It's not a style choice. It's a crude tool used to control and hurt the cows in the meat and dairy industries, which causes lasting pain and discomfort. Okay, but don't you think you should go after the actual fucking real cows that have that and not the funny cartoon cow in the funny Vroom Vroom Wahoo game? What is wrong with you? I think your Discord noise is on. Oh fuck, I never turned on. I was playing Mario Kart with friends and I had Discord streamer mode off and I never turned it back on. Sorry about that. There you go. Fixed. Oh my fucking god, that's so funny. I'll look this up later, whatever. But that's so fucking funny. Oh, fuck. Sorry. I'm wasting time here. Let's fucking go back. That does find quite compelling. That must have been a truly terrifying scene. Dying from a wound made by a weapon like this is extremely painful. This only helps to prove the defendant's viciousness. Yeah, at this rate, they're gonna paint Malon as some heartless monster. There's one more thing I feel I should mention for the sake of completeness. Shortly after we arrived at the ranch, a courier showed up to take some milk shipments. Of course, business must go on. Is it really necessary to enter into evidence, though? The shipments did end up leaving the ranch, so I feel like it bears mentioning. Were the contents checked before you let them go? Naturally, who would you take us for? Even though it worked. It's interesting how she just has her own type of like idle animations. She doesn't look like Gumshoe animations. But they do match Impa while also feeling like Ace Attorney anime. Like if Impa was an Ace Attorney character, this will be like her fucking idle animations. It's so cool. Even though the worker handling the shipments did get quite worked up about it, we cracked all the boxes open to check what was inside. In the end, they did turn out to only be milk bottles, so we let them through. Very well. Thank you for your thoroughness, Detective. So, what happens now? Well, this is where I step in and perform a cross-examination. Ah, great. How does that work? Huh? Could you explain what you're going to be doing? It can't hurt to go over this again. Sure, why not? The witness will repeat her testimony. I'll be able to scroll back and forth through the individual statements by pressing A and B or with the arrows, D-pad or stick. What the fuck are you talking about? What's an A and B? You'll just repeat it as many times as you want? That's right, I have to consider every little detail. Can't miss a thing. They never made it clear in the actual Ace Attorney games if they're repeating their statement. But I guess this is just confirming, like, yeah, they're just, no matter how many times they're like, oh, can you repeat that? They're like, they said this, this, and this. That's right, I have to consider, okay. If I want more info about something, I can probably use L or Z or press the statement and ask the victim to press the statement and ask the victim a question. Query for info. Yep. Since the witness has to come up with an answer on the spot, their line prompting for more info can make them slip up. Most importantly though, if I find something that doesn't line up with the evidence, I can press R to bring up the court record. The court record is basically a list of all the evidence, right? Yes. I can open it at any time if I need to recheck the facts. The killer turned himself into milk and snuck out of the shipment naturally, perchance. I think the milk bottles were something. I think there is something hiding inside one of the milk bottles, if I had to guess. But that's gonna come up later. After choosing to contradict the item, I press up or raise an objection and present my doubts to the court. Oh, and I can not only present evidence, but full profiles as well. Profiles? The court record contains a list of all the people involved too. I can switch between evidence and profiles with art. If I need to review what's been said recently, I can also press start to see what history of messages. Ah, I see. That makes sense. Is the defense done whispering? Sorry. If he's so upset about it, why don't he just press arrow to skip ahead? This game's funny. The defense is ready to cross-examine the witness. Bah. A waste of time. I sincerely hope you're not implying that standard court procedure is a waste of time, Mr. Dragmeyer. Just speed up time, idiot. In any case, we're ready. Defense, please begin the cross-examination. Oh boy. Oh my god, it's so cool! They have the little eyes! Oh, that's so sick. Alright, let's start pressing. Hold it! What makes you think she's the culprit? Objection! She's just about to tell you. Keep quiet and listen. Right, sorry. Indeed, as I was saying. Hold it! And just how did you do that? It's quite simple. There was no blood found anywhere else. Had the victim been attacked with some other location, we'd expect a trail of it leading to the scene. Couldn't the killer have just cleaned it all up? Certainly not. The path to the ranch house at Lon Ranch is not paved in any way. Cleaning blood off ground would require disturbing the soil. Naturally, we found nothing of the sort. Bah. There wouldn't have been enough time to pull that off anyway. Likely true. Right, it sounds like the location of the crime scene is pretty firm, but I'm not giving up yet. There were only 3 people on the ranch, the victim, the defendant, and a worker, who had an alibi for the time of the crime. That's probably the guy that did it. Mir 33. Mir, can I call you Mir? Thanks for the follow, hi! I'm not gonna press every statement, so I think I know which one it is. The defendant found unconscious random victim was being out on the floor. Furthermore, she was holding a weapon without a doubt that was used to kill the victim. Hello! She seems like such a bright girl. Most unfortunate. I think this is the one. Holding a weapon without a doubt that was used to kill the victim. Because the weapon had no blood in it. Let me try that. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. And how can you be so sure of this? Look at the autopsy report. Deep, irregular wound made with sharp metal objects. Why is he holding it so cuddly? The saw was the only sharp implement in the wrench house that could produce such a wound. And as I already mentioned, we also looked closely at all the other sharp things on the wrench. None have recent blood on them. That's just how you hold a saw? With like hands on the hip, holding it by the tip, like pointed downwards? I guess I never sawed anything, so I wouldn't know, but I have an objection to raise. This still doesn't necessarily mean the saw was the murder weapon. Maybe the real culprit had hit the real one. Objection. Oh yeah? Prove it then. Show us the murder weapon. Oh, I definitely don't have a way to do that. Still, something bothers me about that saw. So you have nothing? What a waste of time. All the power of sawing comes from the hips. Alright. This is the one. I present the saw. Right? Present. What's the button? I have an Xbox controller plugged to my Nintendo 64, so I don't know. There you go. Huh? Seems like a fairly large oversight. I just want to make sure of something. The state the saw is currently in is how you found it at the crime scene. That is correct. That's strange, considering how much the victim bled out and how deep his wound was. Why is there no blood on the supposed murder weapon? Are you running this on actual Nintendo 64? Yeah, like, to comply with Nintendo standards, I used a real copy of Ocarina of Time to patch this ROM, and I put it on a real Nintendo 64. Hi, Uncle Shiggy. I'm being nice, right? Don't sue me. Wink, wink. I mean, to be fair, this does actually run on real Nintendo 64. I know I keep saying this, but I'm just so impressed by this. It blows my mind that people can just make that work. Is that all you have? Huh? Naturally, the prosecution has an explanation for why the saw is clean. Behold, this cloth was found on the defendant's other hand. As you can plainly see, is stained with blood. The defendant simply wiped the murder weapon in a futile attempt to hide their involvement. Objection! If Valen was trying to hide her involvement, why didn't she just leave the crime scene? But just had evidence in his pocket? Yeah, he's just hiding the fucking evidence. Obviously, she was trying to hide the body before the royal visitation arrived at the wrench. Unfortunately for her, it just so happened that the delegation arrived quite a bit earlier than scheduled. In a panic, she quickly wiped the saw off and pretended to faint to make it look like she just stumbled onto the scene. Young lady, things are not looking very good for you right now. Are you sure? This is kind of actually like looking very good on my end. If wiping the murder weapon is like on the table, then you could have easily have a different murder weapon that was wiped and just put back where it belongs. You know, like any of the other fucking farm equipment that was accounted for, that was stored. So like all the list of farm items are kind of just like pointless now, because any of them could have been put back by the actual murder. And if anything, wiping the saw and then fainting kind of sounds like crazy. Then again, I don't think you can do that. Then again, they do it all the time in Ace Attorney, so it's probably illegal. I mean, to Ace Attorney's defense, in the first game, they do establish that they literally have different laws and nothing works like it usually does, so that's fine. And I guess this is Hyrule, so anything goes too. The court accepts the bloody cloth into evidence. So, what's the story with this cloth? Well, as I was doing a final check around the ranch, I noticed that part of the fence around the horse paddock was damaged. Not entirely sure when that happened, but sometimes one of the horses just gotta be too rowdy, you know? Right. Anyway, I didn't want to bother Mr. Ingo about it, so I tried to cut up a new rail by myself to patch it up. But then the saw slipped and I cut my hand open. Ow. Oh goodness, are you okay? Oh, it wasn't that bad. It did bleed quite a bit though, so I used that cloth to quickly bandage the wound. Oh, so wait, never mind. So the cloth wasn't for her, I didn't pay attention. Okay, yeah, that's kind of bad. Is it why her hands look like yaoi hands because she cut them up fiercely? I was actually going to the ranch house to ask Father to help me with the fence. Ah, a likely story. And impossible to verify now, of course. The Sheikah Forest had to use a fairy on the defendant to get her out of her supposed unconsciousness. I do have to give her some credit. She's one cunning woman. She knew that would explain a sudden lack of any wound on her hand. Oh, why yes. Fairies are wonderful. Just the other day, I slapped my hand with a gavel, and one took the paint off immediately. They're really abusing these poor fucking fairies. Like, just hitting your hand with a gavel and you need a fairy for that? Like, fucking... They have better shit to do, man. Great. Glad to know they're used to such important things. That's what I'm saying. But, dang it. Too bad there's no way to tell whose blood is on the cloth. Gets married a fairy exploitation from a mile away. I do believe the matter has settled. I'm ready to call my next witness. Uh-oh. Is that all I can get out of her? You served your purpose, Sheikah. Be gone! Fine. But you had best treat her highness with respect, or I'll see it to it that you spend the rest of the night in the dungeons. Do not presume to threaten me, Sheikah. A night of darkness and solitude will be nothing but comfort for me. If that's so, then perhaps we should fill the dungeons with lit candles for the occasion. They're glaring daggers at each other. This doesn't end soon, we're all in trouble. The fairies are free healthcare? Is it free when you're exploiting a whole population of people for it? I don't know. Order. I'm sure we'll treat the princess with utmost respect. You may step down, detective. Oh boy, here she comes. This case has already made me weary of all the pointless jabber. Free for the Highlands, at least. The time is ripe to deal the final blow. I call her Highness Princess Zelda of Hyrule to the stand. I like the Zelda design. This isn't the Ocarina of Time design, this is a unique one. Kind of based on Link to the Past a bit. It was really cool. Is something the matter? Hey, I'm one of the developers of this. Oh my god, hi! Welcome, Roadrunner! Thanks for making this. I'm so fucking impressed by this so far. Y'all did an amazing job at this. Everything from the aesthetics and the music and the fact that this runs on an N64 is blowing my fucking mind. And I'm a big fan of like Ace Attorney games, so I'm like geeking out at all the like attention to detail and like the idle animations of everyone. Good fucking job at all of this. And thanks for coming. Why is everyone quiet all of a sudden? Ah, Your Highness. I believe we're all just a bit uncertain on how to proceed. Thanks, everybody. You enjoyed it? Thanks so much. Just the talent that goes into making these ROM hacks always impresses me so much. They're so cool. It is quite the honor to have such an esteemed guest in these halls. Bah! In the face of law, the princess is no different from a peasant. Name and occupation, now! The prosecution will behave. I will not have any derogatory statements directed at the princess. Derogatory? I simply wish not to waste any more time. We must employ proper procedure. Oh man. It is all right, detective. I believe the prosecution does have a point. In the eyes of the law, we are all equals. Understand, I am another witness, just another witness. I should not be getting any special treatment. Very well, Admiral, Your Highness. We can all rest easy knowing that Hyrule is destined to have such a wise monarch in its future. Yes, indeed. I eagerly await the day when our next ruler takes the throne and reshapes the kingdom in their image. I see what he's doing there. Cheeky ass Ganondorf. You flatter me, prosecutor. He's not talking about you. It's the fate. Now then, I believe he'll ask for my name and occupation. I'm Zelda, currently Princess of Hyrule, and her heir apparent to the throne. Marvelous, Your Highness. Before we begin, I would just like to know, why were you at Long Long Ranch to witness the terrible incidents? It is simple, really. Long Long Ranch is Hyrule Castle Town's biggest food supplier. Not only that, but the ranch also equips Hyrule's royal guard with the finest of horses. Every year, the royal family makes a visit, a gesture of goodwill, and ensures the quality of the steeds. Wow, I didn't know your horses were used for royal guard. Yep. We work hard every year to make sure they're in best possible condition. Fred'd love to boast about the other ranch owners. Ha! Knowing talent, I'm sure he did. How unfortunate the ranch may no longer meet the crown's high standards under new management. The royal family has a backup, I trust. We are looking for one. Naturally, those standards are quite high. Yes, of course. Now then, please describe what you saw on the day of the incident. Very well. Here we go. You know, on second thought, maybe I should have just drag her in here to voice Zelda and Malon. I arrived at Lon Lon Ranch a little after 8 AM, accompanied by my loyal guards. I remember being surprised at how quiet everything was. There was nobody there to welcome us. I could sense that something was wrong. I opened the door to the ranch house and went inside. The room was mostly empty. There was a table with some kind of crystal bottle on top of it. But in front of the table, a terrifying scene was unveiling. The defendant hacked at the ranch owner's chest with the sawdust he was holding. I was overcome with fear, and I screamed. I'll never forget what I saw that day. I heard that Talon and his daughter were incredibly kind. I couldn't believe she would commit such horrible violence. What? Oh my, you saw the very moment the victim was killed? There you go. Your detective's decisive testimony. He looked a little worried there for a second. There's definitely some going on here. As there is no need to doubt the princess's statement, I call for the judge to make a ruling right away. Objection! Hey now, hold on. I didn't get to cross-examine the victims yet. Objection. You haven't full because there is no need. Did you not hear one word of what I said? Objection. Did you just say you should follow all the procedures and treat the princess like any other witness? This is the defense, this is right. You complete. I believe the defense has a point. They do have every right to perform a cross-examination no matter who is testifying. I was quite looking forward to this part myself. I've only ever read about court proceedings in the Royal Library. That being said, I will not tolerate any reckless accusations toward the princess. Is that clear? Naturally, Your Honor. How am I going to cross-examine the princess? This isn't going to end well. Let's cut into the prosecutor. This seemed like a rather intense outburst. Huh? Well, I do have a guess. Oh? Because of the princess' status, is it possible that Dragmire didn't have an opportunity to discuss her testimony with her? That might mean the testimony is a surprise even to him. This could be my chance. Before we begin, there's just one thing that caught my attention. I believe the princess mentioned seeing some kind of glass bottle in the crime scene. That will be this, I presume. The potion? Well, yes, that is exactly it. What is that? Oh, this is the bottle of perfume that Father intended to give to Her Highness when she arrived. Oh. He quickly rode out to town to get it at the last moment. We didn't know that the princess was coming instead of the king until only about 2 hours before the visitation. Oh, how thoughtful. He really did not need to bother himself so. As fascinating as this all is, the prosecution doesn't believe it's relevant to the case. Objection! It's good to have a full picture of the crime scene. The defense requests the bottle be accepted into evidence. Ugh, desperate to latch into every little thing, are you? Whatever. You can add it to the evidence if it makes you happy. No skin off my teeth. I never understood that saying. There's no skin. If you have skin on your teeth, then like, just seek a doctor. I mean, I guess if you think about it, it's kind of weird that it's the only bone that doesn't have skin around it, but that's the only bone that doesn't have skin around it. So what do you mean? In that case, the court accepts this bottle into evidence. Now then, defense, begin your cross-examination. It's the judge head lift is so on point. I keep like looking at it, it's like that's Ace Attorney. Also the eyes there. I arrived at Lumwood after 8 a.m. accompanied by my loyal guards. I remember being surprised at how quiet everything was. There was nobody there to welcome us. I could sense that something was wrong. I opened the door to the wrench and went inside. The room was mostly empty, though there was a table with a kind of crystal bottle on top of it. But in front of the table, a terrifying scene was unveiling. The defendant hacked at the wrench's owner's chest with the saw she was holding. And I was overcome with fear and scream. I'll never forget what I saw that day. Okay, how does that work, right? If she saw it... Oh, wait. I didn't mean to... I keep pressing the wrong button because I'm like, oh, R, right. Because, you know, R on the Xbox controller that I'm holding, fucking idiot. Are you sure you got a good look at them, Your Highness? You didn't look away in panic? ObjHYEHction. The princess was very brave to take control of the situation the way she did. Oh, R, like a... There was no need to doubt what she thought. Why do they have a pirate button on every controller? It's kind of how Minecraft still has like pirate language as one of the languages you can select to this day. Have you ever tried that? It's very silly. Yes, suppose that's what she did. What she did was admirable. Only she had arrived earlier. Your Highness, don't blame yourself for this. If you had arrived earlier, you could have been the one that got attacked. Huh. So you would have lashed out at anyone trying to stop you, huh? That was also cat language? Yeah, and also like internet lingo, like leak speak or something like that. It's not leak speak, but it's like a silly internet lingo. Minecraft is a silly game. Despicable. Objection! That's not what she meant, and you know it. Princess, please go on. Okay, well, alright, let me look at the court record, because we got the perfume bottle when you call it. Yeah, we got a few new things. So, milk shipment. Some orders of milk that left the ranch a little while after the crime. Blooded cloth. Found clutched by Malin at the crime scene. Supposedly she wiped the sock clean with this. Wrench gift from the princess. Bought just before the crime scene. Found at the crime scene. Bought just before the crime. Found at the crime scene. I wonder, is there a chance that like Malin wiped blood off her hand and then blood was wiped off a weapon by someone else? I don't know. It's gonna be a stretch, but okay. And I guess I'm gonna have to like look at her statements and just have to like think about it. Alright, back to beginning. On wrench after 8 a.m. 8 a.m. No later than 8 a.m. Yeah, that checks out. I remember being surprised at how quiet everything was. There was nobody there to welcome us. When there was the other guy that was said to have an alibi, but we haven't heard anything about him yet, so I don't think that's it. I could sense that something was wrong. I opened the door to the ranch house and went inside. The room was mostly empty. There was a table with some kind of crystal bottle on top of it. No, I guess it doesn't. Okay. I'm gonna start pressing, I guess. Hold it! These guards were her highness. Why were they not called as her witness? We did question the guards, naturally. Apparently, they didn't get to see anything relevant. I was the only one to enter the crime scene. After seeing what was inside, I stood guard and instead insisted no one be allowed inside until the Sheikah force arrived. I had read that preserving the scene is vital. Quite correct. I'm sure the guards were absolutely thrilled of that order. Please proceed, witness. Have you conducted these royal visitations in the past, Your Highness? No, this isn't the first one. Up until last year, my father was always the one to visit Alno Ranch. However, he decided I had to start preparing for all the royal duties that await me, and so I was to do it this time. You will doubtless perform admirably as a ruler when the time comes. What happened when you got to the ranch house? Since something was wrong, yep. And? What then? That's my favorite press, like, thing that fucking Phoenix does. Just interrupt someone to be like, what happens next, though? It's such a dick move. Like, someone's trying to tell a story, like, and what next? Like, very loudly interrupting. Stop interrupting and let her get to the point. Defense. I believe I was clear about not badgering the witness. Okay, Han, dude, chill the fuck out. Drat, I need to calm down. I don't have an HP bar, so I think I can commit as many mistakes as I want. I hope. If I game over on this, it's gonna be real bad. The room was mostly empty. There was about, You paid attention to something like that after seeing a murder princess? Well, we spent rather a long time there, waiting for the Sheikah force to arrive. Plus, that bottle is quite beautiful. It just stood out. But it's in front of the table, terrifying sight, yep. You were there at the exact time of the murder, Your Highness? That is correct. That's impossible, you're lying! The defense will crumble her outbursts. You're addressing royalty. This is really bad. What now? Oh, hello. Ask about the crime scene. Ask about what was outside. Accuse Zelda of the crime. Well, she did say there wasn't anything of note in the crime scene itself, so maybe what was outside? Are you sure there wasn't anyone else in the ranch, Your Highness? No, the place looked empty. Although I did later see a worker pull up and load a wagon when the courier came asking about milk shipments. It caused a little bit of a scene when the Sheikah Force started inspecting it. The worker must have been somewhere else in the ranch, I suppose. The ranch is pretty large. Said worker was inside a building on the other side. It's quite understandable she wouldn't have seen it until later. Drat, this really doesn't give me a whole lot to work with. Should I ask something else? I guess ask about the crime scene? Oh my god, can you imagine this is actually Zelda? They don't need to make like the obvious bad guy the bad guy. They could actually make Zelda the actual criminal. That would be fucking crazy. I don't think that's the case, but let's see. We're the victim and the defendant at this time. The ranch owner was in front of the little table that is directly across from the entrance door. The defendant was right in front of him and quickly fainted after attack. A large pool of blood started forming where the victim was. I had a rather good view of the whole scene. Right. Is it unfortunate as it's fortunate that you could see the whole thing in such detail? Now please continue. Should I ask something else? Are we doing this? Are we gonna fucking accuse her ass of crime? I mean, there are options, right? It could just be that Zelda's evil somehow. It could be that like someone is impersonating Zelda right now, or was impersonating Zelda. No, wait, that wouldn't make sense because then she wouldn't have seen it. Yeah, it could be someone impersonating Zelda right now. And that could be why Ganon is like, yeah, you're gonna take over the throne, aren't you? Because he like planted someone in her place that's gonna like basically be his thrall. It could be like fucking what are the witch sister? No, sisters? Are they sisters? I don't remember the sisters. Ganondorf's moms, I guess. Fucking fuck, what are their names? I forgot. The fire and ice witch? Whatever, it could be them impersonating Zelda somehow. Zelda goes to prison timeline? Don't be a fucking timeline. Alright, let's do it. Well, if you were in there alone, how can we know you didn't do it? Accusing the princess? Pathetic. The offense is truly grasping at straws. You fool. You think a child could overpower a grown adult? One who does hard manual labor every day. Well, that's what you're saying, though. Isn't Melon also a kid? And besides, why would the princess even want to take a life of a measly ranch owner? And not just any ranch owner, one that the crown had most successful business relationship with. Idiotic, simply idiotic. Well, maybe the crown wanted the ranch for themselves. Has the defense lost their mind? Cease to sign a question immediately. Whereas the penalty was disabuse the defense from further unsubstantiated accusations. Oh shit, I do have a health bar. No, it's fine, No, then perhaps the defense wants a bid farewell to their head. I hear traitors are dealt with swiftly these days. Extend my most sincere apologies. I don't know what came over me. Nonetheless, I believe a penalty is still very much warranted. Aw shit, I do have health. Oh, that was a stupid thing to say. I think I'm on a save state every time I want to do something stupid. There is definitely something off about her statement, though. Should I ask something else? I mean, I asked about everything, right? Yeah, so then what? He said there's something weird about the statement. When we come in fear and scream, I'll never forget what I saw that day. Your talented daughter, incredibly kind, cannot... Trust your heart, your highness. You know Malon didn't do this. What nonsense. Her heart? What do her organs have to do with anything? Oh, of course, evidence and testimony be damned just because we feel the defendant must be innocent. Oh, well, if you're sure, then I declare today's verdict. Have you gone senile, old man? It was a joke. Much like the arguments the defense has been presenting. Cannot believe the princess would lie like this. Yeah, really shocking. I don't believe her, right? Even if she's a princess, that means nothing. I did do it. To trust authority or your best friend. I need something very concrete to disprove what the princess is saying. Jack, have you noticed how, like, HD his buttons on his, like, suit are compared to the rest of his textures? I just noticed that, and it's throwing me off so much. It's like, why are they so HD? It's funny. It does feel like something the Nintendo 64 developers would do for no reason, though. Just for no reason, this one texture is really high quality. Well, we pressed everything, right? Shit. The defendant attacked the wrench owner's chest when saw that she was holding. Pay good money for a 4K suit. On the table, a terrifying scene limited. The defendant hacked the wrench owner's chest. Deep irregular wound with a sharp metal wire. Did he die from a loss of blood? No, Oh, it doesn't say where it is, so we can't use it to disprove it. I don't like the Zelda face. She looks so snooty. I wonder if I can present this, because in my head, this kind of makes sense a little bit. He died of loss of blood, but like she didn't try to like save him or something because he wouldn't be dead. I don't know though. You know what? I'm about to make a stupid decision. Let's save state, because I don't want to game over and then have to start and just reread text on stream, because that's not gonna be fun. So I'm gonna save state. And I'll present this. Objection! Your Honor, Your Highness, I believe I found something that doesn't quite match with the facts. Oh shit, I think I got it. How dare you question the princess? This is... You will let the defense speak, prosecutor. The music cut out. You know you got it right when the music cuts out. Any attorney, at least, usually. I mean, shit's about to get real. I think I see why he so desperately wanted to prevent this cross-examination now. Your Highness, you stated that you arrived at the ranch shortly after 8 AM, correct? Yes, the visit is scheduled for 8:30 exactly, but we're quite a bit early. Oh, I didn't even think of the time. Yeah, that doesn't add up. Never mind. I think actually better not to use save states in this game in general. Oh, really? Okay, I'll trust you then. Because if you get something wrong twice, the game will often give you a hint. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, thanks for letting me know, actually. That's actually pretty useful. I see. That makes something you mentioned quite impossible. As stated by the autopsy report, the victim definitely died before 8 AM. You couldn't have seen the defendant attack the ranch owner when you arrived, because the victim was already dead by then. Order. Yes, you really caught her in a lie. Your Highness, what is the meaning of this? Oh my god, the music! That's so cool! The music is so fucking impressive. How every fucking time it catches me off guard where I'm like, oh, this is a training music. Wait, no, hold on. In hindsight, I wish he had stated that in the game itself somewhere, since I see a lot of people who used to say and miss the hints. That's fair though. I mean, in a sense, like, I guess it's kind of all me for trying to cheat the game. I would have done this normally. It's just like on stream. I sometimes worry it'll become boring when I have to just skip a bunch of dialogue to get back where I was. But if the game's gonna help me, then I probably won't need to worry about that. About 3/4 of the music for this, not this particular song though. Everyone who worked on music in this, kudos. Everything so far has been like an amazing mix of the Ocarina of Time like light motifs and sound font and like Ace Attorney. It's really amazing. They really captured the vibe of the Ace Attorney. It's amazing, yeah. Good job, everyone. Wholeheartedly respect and serve the crown, I will nonetheless not tolerate lies in my court. I have not lied. I suppose I did not see the exact moment it happened. I guess I only thought I did. Princess, this is a matter of life and death. I definitely saw the defendant there, though, along with the body. There's no one else who could have done it. I remember all the other details correctly. The body's on the floor, the pool of blood. You have to believe me. Perhaps it's better if Her Highness revises her testimony. That's no good. There's still not enough doubt to overturn this testimony. I'll have to find something else, or this case will be over. I actually saw. Get it? I'm sorry for embellishing the truth a little bit. I did not see the actual moment of the attack. But it had to have happened shortly before I went to the ranch house. Miss Malin and her father were the only ones that screened the scene of the crime, so she must be the culprit. Also, chat, I know I said that every time I play a dialogue-heavy game, but I'm sorry I'm so fucking dyslexic. I'm trying my best to not stumble with my words, but it happens a lot. I see. You only saw the aftermath of the scene, not the actual crime being committed. Very well. Hopefully there are no issues with your testimony this time. Defense, it's time for your cross-examination. Naturally, Your Honor. Dragmire still looks pretty angry. I bet he didn't expect such blatant contradiction to pop up. If I could just find another one like that, the prince's testimony would become completely untrustworthy in the eyes of the judge. Oh boy, here we go. Alright, let's see. I love the little stare down. I'm sorry for the embellishment of the truth. I did not see the actual moment of the attack. But it had to have happened shortly before I went to the ranch house. Miss Mellon and her father were the only ones at the scene of the crime, so she must be the culprit. Is there anything I have on that? I mean, okay, I don't think this is it, but this photo does show the other guy. I forgot his name, but the one that looks like evil Luigi. I don't think this is it though. Wasn't there also a worker, or did he arrive later? Yeah, so there is also another guy there. I'm presuming evil Luigi, the guy in this photo. But they vaguely hinted that he has an alibi and haven't stated what that alibi is yet. But they said that he was somewhere else. So I don't think I can prove that he was there just yet, unless this photo counts. I don't have any other evidence on it. Yeah, okay. Let me see. Oops. Oh, I went to the end. That's a little more plausible than the last testimony she gave. Yeah, so suppose it matches the detective's account too, doesn't it? Still, I feel something here sticks out more than like a sore thumb. Something sticks out, huh? Evil Luigi? I mean, that's literally what he is in Ocarina of Time. Like, fucking, her dad looks like Mario, and then like, not her dad, that's Zelda. Like, Melon's dad looks like Mario, and then that guy also works at the ranch, looks like Luigi, but he's like mean and works for Ganondorf, and then you like shoo him away from the ranch. Or I mean, you don't, but like you steal a opponent from him after he takes over the wrench, and then presumably he loses the wrench at the end of the game. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling Ocarina of Time to anyone, but also, come on, it's Ocarina of Time. You should have played it by now. By now, I mean. I never played Ocarina of Time. I mean, I also didn't say any big spoilers, I suppose. I mean, spoilers. Link wins at the end, and they save the day. Sorry about that. I know the plot is very fucking intricate. I just fucked it up for you. My bad. Just the actual moment of the attack. I'm gonna start pressing for now. Not spoiled for me forever. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really fucked up. I'm really mean. I just love to spoil like stories like that. I actually played Ocarina of Time after we started developing this mod. Oh, really? Well, funny enough, I don't know if I can talk about it. I started working for like doing art for a project that's based on a piece of media before. I can't be too specific, I suppose, because I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. But like, I hadn't watched the piece of media until after I started working for it, so I totally relate that. I can't believe you spoiled a 30-year-old game. You'll never be the same again. You're gonna play it and you're gonna feel the disappointment of knowing that Potterzilla has spoiled it for you. Why did you do that, Your Highness? There's life on the line here. I really am sorry. I suppose I got a bit too excited about being a witness in an actual murder trial. Really now? Most people hate testifying. Yes, well, the life of a princess is rather boring, you know. This is quite a break from the routine for me. Let's just get a hobby then. Let's see the actual moment of the attack. In that case, it can be conclusively proven that the defendant did it. Defense, did you exhaust your singular brain cell on the last contradiction you found? A brain cell? Recalled smooth-brained. There's a Death Mountain's worth of evidence pointing towards the defendant. Just because no one saw the actual moment of the crime doesn't mean anyone else could have done it. Tisk tisk. I think you're making a death mountain out of a death molehill. Yo, Minish Cap 2, they should have the death molehill. You get to explore it as Tiny Link and it looks like Death Mountain. It has tiny mole gorons. Alright, that's shortly after I went to the wrench house. How can you be so sure of that, princess? Well, when I entered the ranch house, the victim still had the murder weapon embedded into his body. What? Oh shit, that's actually big. It's obvious what it means for you, is it not? The killer did not even have enough time to try to hide the weapon. So it wasn't on her hand, huh? I wonder if that's gonna be added to the court record, because if so, I definitely know what to press or what to do. That'd be awesome. For real, though. I really hope they revisit Minish Cap's concept in some way in a future Zelda game, because, like, it's so cool to just be able to shrink and meet the Minish, and I know they almost had it in Breath of the Wild, so I hope they, like, you know, reuse the ideas that they have for Breath of the Wild in a future game. I'd love to, like, be able to shrink again in the Zelda game. I also would love to go back to the Wind Waker style, because it's been a while, and I really like that style. I might not have seen the murder firsthand, but I must have been very close to doing so. Oh my! It seems like a very important detail. I think it would be advisable for Her Highness to amend her testimony. Certainly, Your Honor. She's a little airhead, but her spirit is in the right place. Interesting. Dragmire certainly doesn't look very happy about this development, does he? Thinking about it, I might just know why. Minish Cap is another game that I want to play on stream sometime, especially since it's available on Switch Online, and I can easily stream it. I'm definitely gonna do it sometime. Murder weapons still stuck in the victim's body after all. Yeah, okay. Found in Malon's hand. Alright. Send it. It has to be it, right? I believe I found another reason to doubt the witness's word. Seems the prosecution sees what I'm getting at here. He's doing the cheeky phoenix smile. There was a bloody cloth discovered at the scene of the crime. The prosecution had argued before that it was used to wipe the saw clean. If the princess saw the saw lodged into Talon's body and the crime scene was left intact, then it couldn't have been wiped. Aha! Well, Prosecutor Trackmeyer, care to explain? This is most perplexing. Your Highness, are you sure that that's what you saw? Objection! Well, maybe the princess decided to pull the saw out of the valiant yet futile attempt to save the victim. And then wipe the blade clean? That would be almost like framing the defendant. Of course, and then no such thing. I really like the Zelda face is so funny. I think she does this actual face in the game too. I think that's when she's being sassy at Link in the garden. I made sure the crime scene stayed intact. Yeah, a lot of, now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of these idle animations are like actual poses that Zelda does in the garden cutscene. That's so cool. Guess I must have made up my memory about the saw sticking out of Miss Talon as well. Girl, glad the whole court was speech. You idiotic girl! Do you realize what you've done to her? You're blundering? I'm sorry. I was just so excited to stand as a witness in court this once. Whenever I tried telling my father about anything, he always seemed so disinterested. Just this once, I wanted to feel listened to. She's adorable. Also, where's Zempa to fucking gag Ganon's ass for being rude to her? The defendant, it's clear that she did it. I just wanted to play a larger part in her capture. I'm sorry for the trouble I have caused you all. There's a court traumatized. We rigged all the models and didn't figure out how to pour vanilla animations until very late. Oh, really? So most of the animations that look like vanilla are actually recreations. Holy shit, it's so accurate though. I mean, either way, you like both the recreations of the original animations and the actual like animations based on Ace Attorney are both on point. So like the team did an amazing job. It's so impressive. Your Highness, the court is no place for silly games. As it stands, I am afraid we'll have to strike your statement for the court record completely. Yes, I did it! The prosecution lost their key witness! She's in the face! No, please wait, I have more to say. I was wrong about the crime scene, but I still have not testified about what I saw afterwards. Wait, what is this pose? This looks familiar. I don't think this is a Zelda pose. I think this is an Ace Attorney pose. But I can't quite pin what it is. Ah, damn, it's gonna gnaw on my brain for the rest of the day now. Why would we care about that? It's best that you leave and stop damaging my case with your idiocracy. Idiocy, sorry. If you had not interest in my words, you might be interested in the evidence I found. What? Huh? Evidence? Of course, while the Sheikah Force investigated inside the ranch house, I looked around the rest of the ranch on my own. Sheikah, did you know about this? Is everyone just hiding evidence? I mean, Pretty Ace Attorney of them to do. Of course I did. You did? I'll have your head for this. Order, order. What is the meaning of this, detective? Oh, fuck, I skipped dialogue. It's quite simple. The princess specifically requested to present her finding on her own. What? And you agreed to this? Of course, it's not some playground where children decide where an evidence should be presented, just because they have a crown. Case in point, the infamous out-of-date Thompson report. Yeah, that one is so funny. Like, I legit, when I first played that case, I legit thought that, like, Edgeworth was fabricating that, because it seems so, like, bullshit. There's no way they didn't actually let Phoenix know that there was a new autopsy report, right? But no, actually that is what happened. That is not a fake autopsy report. And like, that threw me off, because like for most of the case, instead of trying to run with that autopsy report and trying to like figure out what to do from there, instead I was trying to disprove the new autopsy report and figure like, okay, how do I do this? I saw a real lawyer react to that. It was so funny. Just like the animator in the Zelda holding up her hand pose based on Susato from Great Ace. Oh shit! Okay. Let me look this up actually. Let me get the picture of this. Also, thanks for asking. Very nice of you. Great Ace Trading. I have yet to actually play the Great Ace Attorney, but I've seen a bunch about it. Pulling out the sprites can be a little difficult. I'll do this later, sorry chat. But if you look it up, you can probably find sprites resource or something like that. Anyway, he's being rude about it, but I can't help but agree with Dragmeyer on this one. Also, don't really buy the story. There's no way Impa would allow this. Believe me, I wasn't thrilled about the request either. However, after seeing the evidence in question, I didn't think it would be at all important to the case. Yes, I let the princess have her fun. Zelda seemed upset, like, what do you mean not important? It's highly irregular. This whole fucking court is such a fucking clown show. And I'm so happy because it's exactly like every fucking Ace Attorney trial ever. I'm not sure how to feel about this prosecutor. But naturally I object to this nonsense. If the detective thinks it's irrelevant, then it's probably just a waste of time. All the evidence points to the defendant. It's still clear that she did it, even without a witness at the scene. I see. Defense? What do we do? If we object to presenting evidence, then Dragmeyer loses a key witness. Plus, whatever the princess presents could be bad for our case, too. So we should agree with the prosecution? Actually, no, think of a different animation. That one's from Vanilla Ocarina of Time? Oh, never mind. I guess I was confused. Never mind, sorry. Vanilla Ocarina of Time. Man, I'm being a fake fan again. Oh no. On the other hand, we don't really have much to go on. This could be our only lead left. Well, don't keep us waiting. Surely you won't throw away all the progress you made thus far. What do we do? Oh shit. I mean, everyone's saying I should ignore the reference or the evidence. But part of me feels like I should request the evidence just to see what it is. Okay, I'm not gonna abuse this. I'm probably not gonna use this at all. But I am gonna save states just in case. This is my fucking Ace Attorney brain thinking, because I save state a lot when I play Ace Attorney. Probably not gonna use this. I'm gonna request the evidence. Evidence is evidence, I'd say, yeah. I really hope this was the right choice. The defense requested the evidence be presented. I feel like it's fine too, because it's not like I'm gonna get lost on this. There's really only two choices. So if this is wrong, then the other choice is right. What? Well, I agree the situation is irregular. We should still examine all the evidence available. It would be silly to dismiss it as irrelevant without even seeing what it is. Plus, if it is like Ace Attorney, there's also the chance that the game was just like, well, you said no, but like, I'm gonna convince you to say yes anyway, and then force you to say yes. I do believe you have a point, defense. However, I must warn you. In order to admit this piece of evidence to the court record, the princess's statement that she found it must be admitted as testimony, along with everything else she might say. Yes, Your Honor, I am very well aware. The defense wishes to give the princess just one more chance. Of all the idiotic... Order! Very well then. Your Highness, please testify once more about the new piece of evidence you found during your own investigation. Thank you. I will not let you down this time, I promise. The princess should understand the gravity of the situation at hand right now. Just hope this new evidence isn't damaging to our case. My findings. Mr. Expressor Mills has filed apologies for my mistake in the early testimony. Upon entering the rancher's house, he saw the defendants passed out in front of the victim who was bleeding out. I'm sorry, Roadrunner, if you're still here, is there a place where I can just listen to the soundtrack of this? Because I might just like listen to it on my own time later. It's so good. I'm like obsessed with this. Maybe I shouldn't wait until I finish the game to do it, but so I don't get spoiled on any songs, but like, once I do, I might listen to it. It's so good. To guard at the entrance of the ranch house, the Sheikah force arrived. Once the Sheikah started investigating the crime scene, I decided to take a look around the ranch. While I was walking near the silo, I noticed a strong odor in the air. I had to stop to see what it was, where it was coming from. I followed the scent and found a burned out fire nearby, and a small nearby empty bottle of lamp oil. Lamp oil? Ropes? Bombs? You want them? I, of course, took the bottle straight to the head detective. The OoT is available to download on our website, and is also have it posted on our YouTube channel, Mirror Team Music. Oh shit, thank you! I'll have a look later, thank you so much. I swear to God, if Morshu appears, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Lamp oil. And here it is, the oil bottle I found. Princess, I really hope this is oil. I'm gonna be really worried for you if this isn't oil. This isn't oil. Is something wrong? Oh no, it might actually be completely irrelevant. Very well. Of course there is, foolish girl. That has nothing to do with anything. Great finding some random fire on a ranch? Please. What next? Are you going to declare every rake on the premises suspicious? That's the local Amazon Jarvis. I was trying not to go there, but that's the first thing I thought. The prosecution will calm down. This is bad. Your Honor, despite the fact that this evidence might not seem to add anything at all at the moment, the defense still asserts its right to a cross-examination. Some straws have been grasped. Why must you insist on this charade, defense? The princess has merely recounted the same view of the crime scene as the head detective. You haven't been able to find any contradictions in her statements. I believe there might be a way to tie the princess' new evidence into the case? Ridiculous! Regardless of what the prosecution thinks, the defense does have a right to cross-examination. The court admits the oil bottle into evidence. Alrighty. I just really hope this isn't a complete waste of time, defense. Now let's have a look. Found that the wrench near a burned out fire has a tiny bit of oil inside. Yeah, I guess pretty much what she said. Only has a tiny one. Okay. Yeah, this is throwing me off, and this totally a fucking non-native English speaker problem. I could have sworn that defense was spelled with an S, like defense, like with an S at the end. But every time I see it, it like freaks me out, and I know that I'm wrong and not the game is wrong. But like, it's one of those things. It's like episode, right? When I was a kid, it was like so hard for me to like remember that it's episode with a P, because I kept thinking it was episode with a B. In Portuguese, but it's like basically said the same way. But like, because in my head it's like, well, if it has to be at least two of them to be an episode, you know, be by two of them. Because if it was only one of them, it wouldn't be an episode, it would be a movie. I'm so smart. I'm also 6 years old. That's an American English. Oh, okay. Actually, that makes sense. Okay, that's what's freaking me out. And yeah, the thing is, as a non-native English speaker, I kind of learn American English and British English at the same time. So I keep getting caught up on that because I learn versions of words on both sides at the same time. A region thing? Oh, yeah. We decided to go with British English because Breath of the Wild 2 again. Oh, wait, oh my god, there's so much. I just assumed that the team was British. There's actually so much attention to detail. Oh my god. That's so cool. For both your own sake and your clients. Y'all put so much attention to detail in this. Oh my god. I'm gushing about it. I can't stop. Alright. Heartfelt apology. Entering the wrench, I saw the defendants pass out in front of the victim, who was bleeding out. I stood guard at the entrance of the ranch house until the Sheikah force arrived. Once the Sheikah started investigating the crime scene, I decided to take a look around the ranch. While I was walking near the silo, another strong odor in the air. I had stopped to see where it was coming from. My English is a mix between US, UK, and Australian. Yeah, I was lucky that I didn't have a lot of Australian mixed in on my end, because otherwise I would be really confused. I can't imagine. My teacher did not like me mixing dialects. Okay, so it's a little embarrassed to admit. A good way for me to learn English is that I watched a lot of YouTubers, and the two YouTubers that I watched the most while I was learning English was the Game Grumps and the Yogscast. The Game Grumps being Americans and the Yogscast being a bunch of British dudes. So that just completely fucked up my English speaking for like a good time, and then eventually I made so many American friends that I landed on mostly American English. But I still get thrown out for every so often. The British international team, some of the devs are American, some are Europeans, some from a couple other places. That's so cool. Moist and the Frosty? Oh, thank you, actually. I need a drink. And I know I can drink on my own, but sometimes I forget. Because I'm stupid. I wonder if I recognize anyone on the team, because I have played some other ROM hacks before. And I know a couple of names. I don't want to... I shouldn't have said that, because now I'm going to feel bad if I don't recognize anyone. Strong under the axe. That's where it's coming from. Follow the center of a burned out fire nearby and a small, nearly empty bottle of lamp oil. Going to get the bottle straight to the head detective. Hold on. Let's see, so... You'll be able to see when you reach your credits, I guess. I'll have a look. I don't know if I'll finish this today, but if not, I'll definitely finish it next week. I don't know how long it is. The blood. So equipment of the wrench. Oh, wait, this could be it. Hold on. Eggs, garden soul, buckets, hammers, knives, wooden sands. No, wooden saws. I said wooden sands again. God damn it. Saddles, horseshoes, axes, brooms, knives, shovels, flails, trowels. Okay. Water hoses, wheelbarrow. They don't have. Huh. There isn't an oil bottle here, right? Have I seen this right? Yeah, there's no oil bottle. It could be that they just don't list that, but I feel like that could be it. Do you want me to tell you how far you're into it? Sure, yeah. I knew Zelda was an arsonist. You think she did it herself? Like, oh, I really want to be part of this crime scene. I'm just gonna set up a fire here real quick, just so I can, like, really be in the records, you know? Follow this up from small burn fire nearby. Wow. Not counting bonus gun, you're almost halfway. Oh shit, okay. Maybe I'll finish it today. I do eventually gotta go. I don't have. I can't stream indefinitely today, but if I don't finish this today, I'll definitely finish it next week. I'm literally already obsessed with this, so there's no way I'm not finishing this. Almost halfway. Actually, being almost halfway, maybe I should like try to stop about halfway through somewhat, so that I have like a perfect like half and half stream. I'll see. I'll think about it. But I think this is it. Let's see. You lie, Your Highness, and I have proof. Oh, I think this is wrong. Uh-oh. ObjHYEHction. Could be any more true. This royalty you're speaking to. I'm getting lectured on rudeness by this guy. Oh, let's see what you have. What it is you're waving around. It's this. You're rude and wrong. It turns out. Oh shit, I fucked up. Invincible stain from belligerent failures. Oops. I have to rethink this. Could have presented it to the wrong thing, but Alright, let's press for real quick. Also, let me hold on. Court record. The good in the wrench. Okay. Oh no, I didn't mean to open it. Oops. Let's start pressing for now. What the fuck? There's no need to press the prisoner or her apology. Wait. I don't know if I've ever seen this on an 8 to 20 game. That's funny. Like I objected before I say anything. Like, no, shut up! Shut up, dude! You're already wasted a chance for all her testimony. Yes, defense. Let's get to the point. Yikes! That was so funny. Is there anything else in the room? Oh, the beautiful little crystal bottle I mentioned before. The house is rather barren. Most of our things are on the top floor since the downstairs room is mostly used for the wrench business these days. And the occasional game? Oh, of course. That's famous Kuko game. The good old days. Part of me just wants to like learn the backstory of this version of Hyrule, because there's so much implied history with these characters. The fans done reminiscing. There'll be plenty of time to do that when the defendant's behind bars. I was just trying to distract myself from the fact that there's nothing to latch onto here. I'm still guarding the interest of the wrench house until the Sheikah force arrived. Oh wait, I'm just reading it. What am I doing? Did anything happen during that time? No, not that I can recall. The guards did occasionally protest and ask me to not let them take over, but I held my stance. Or to let them take over, sorry. While commensable in theory, staying in the same room as a dangerous killer isn't very wise. What if she woke up and lashed out at you? It's like highly up above. That thought did not occur to me. Of course not. Foolish girl. It's going. He really goes a lot back and forth between you're gonna be a gray ruler one day, you fucking donkey. But the guards did stay close by. Oh, that's me safe. Wonderful to see how much faith our princess has in the royal guards. Yes, of course I do. In any case. Once Ashika started investigating the crime scene, I decided to take a look around the wrench. You didn't just go home? The royal visitation was supposed to last a lot longer. Potter was not expecting us back at the castle until much later. I came to the ranch to examine the horses, so I suppose I could at least do that in the meantime. Oh my god, this ROM hack. It's so fucking sick, isn't it? Hi guys, what's up? I'm like obsessed with this. Like, there's so much like attention to detail. The music is like a perfect blend of both games. It's just and the gameplay is so on point. The fact that the team completely like retooled like Ocarina of Time and like forcefully merged it into like Ace Attorney, and it worked so well. I'm sorry, I keep singing the praise of this game, but I'm obsessed with it. How long did it take till she could arrive at the crime scene? It does not take very long to make the trip from Hyrule Castle Town to Lon Lon Ranch. I cannot imagine it was more than 20 minutes. That's pretty fast. How do I imagine the fact that the princess was involved to help to speed it up? Slowpokes? I would be there in half that time, running backwards. Wait, is that... Is that a fucking speedrunning reference? I could be wrong with this, but I think it's like a reference to like the speedrun tag where like Link is like spins the move backward. Yes, oh my god, it's so funny. I love this. It's supposed to no surprise though, Hylian horses are naturally inferior to her fine Gerudo steeds. They're going to buy horses from... Just don't bother, he's trying to rile you up. Walking near the silo, I noticed a strong odor in the air. I had to stop to see where it was coming from. What was the smell like? Like, you can't ask that. Oh, it was awful. A real terrible stench. Surely you don't mean to say that you found the smell of horsemen, you're suspicious. Alright, Ganondorf. Do not be ridiculous. The smell was not coming from the horses. Oh, the scent of fun burn out fire nearby and small empty bottle of lamp oil. A fire, huh? Now let me remind you, defense, that there's any number of reasons why a fire could have been there. You can still feel the cold grasp of death in the early morning. Princess, how long would you estimate the fire had been out before you found it? Right. There was still smoke rising out of the ashes, so it must have been out recently. Oh, it's around the time of the crime. So someone prepared a breakfast there. I repeat, this fire is irrelevant. He's realized the same thing I did. Oh, who was it? Who could have had the fire anyway? It would have to been the ranch worker who was putting the milk shipments together at the time. Oh, it was almost certainly him. If you really want to ask about his little barbecue, you might just get your wish soon. Doesn't sound like it was very appetizing. Do you have anything? What was he barbecuing? Oh no. Oh no, the cows! The cows! Don't have anything concrete to pin on him. We'll just have to be, he'll just be able to brush it off. I, of course, took the bottle straight to the head detective. Oh, fuck, I pressed, do you have any idea why there will be a fire at the ranch that day? No, it's pretty odd. Actually, it's kind of good that one here. That might be a hint. It sounds like something. It sounds like it's definitely worth looking into. Although it'd be hard to link it to the crime in any way. Situations like these, getting as much info as possible is my best bet. Okay, usually that means just keep pressing. So I just gotta press this last one. Hold it! Right, and she allow you to present it. Well, I was the one to find it, since I was going to the trial anyway. Utter ridiculousness! Yes. Please, make this the last time you do something like this, Your Highness. I have recently been autism heavily about the Legend of Zelda power system and the history and everything. Let me add him. If you like look close, there's so many little details and references in this ROM hack. Like I kept like spotting like idle animations from the original game, especially Zelda, and like just now, fucking the reference to like speedrunning was so funny. And there's like lore tidbits, and like there's also like from what I understand, its own version of Hyrule. This isn't a continuation of Ocarina of Time or anything, so there's its own like backstory and history to all of this. I mean, Link's an attorney, so I'd imagine it's different. Proper procedures exist for a reason. Yes, I understand. Friends, I believe that is enough. Uh-oh. Doesn't seem like you're getting any closer to finding a connection between this fire and the crime at all. No, I suppose not, Your Honor. I guess there's nothing much I could do there. Naturally, I said this was a waste of time from the beginning. In that case, this cross-examination is over. Thank you for your time, Your Highness. I assume you have more revelations to share with us. No, I don't. I really thought the fire would be important. It's gonna come back later. Leave my sight. Enough. Your Highness, it would allow me to escort you, if you would allow me to escort you back to Hyrule Castle. Very well. Now, the princess's little game is over. We should move this along. Prosecution's stance is still the same, of course. We maintain that the evidence on this own is enough to convict the defendant. I do believe I'm nearly ready to hand out my verdict. Objection! Your Honor, there's nothing that definitively shows that Malon committed a crime. This is all circumstantial. There's no way she could kill her own father. Oh, Link, don't you know? In Ace Attorney world, circumstantial evidence is the best type of evidence. It's an excellent point, defense. I mean, for real though, like 90% of Ace Attorney cases, like, they have circumstantial evidence, and that's it. And they're like, all right, this is an ironclad case, Phoenix, you're fucked. And then Phoenix is like, actually, proper procedure. And then he wins. It's an excellent point, defense. The prosecution has yet to elaborate on the defendant's motive. Practice patricide is something a person commits like... Isn't something... Okay. I did briefly touch on the subject during my opening statement. Oh my god! Did you fucking hear that? The music pulled his chest open. That's so cute. But naturally, the prosecution is fully prepared to elaborate on the matter. Phoenix, you got 99% of the way to implicating someone else, but you messed up one small detail at the end. That's from the declaring OoT instead. Yeah. Like we're pretty much finished this. But Phoenix, I really don't like your tone right now. Why did you show me your badge? Fuck your client. They're getting executed. Oh my god, the music. So cool. Let's call him my Ferglins. It has to be the wrench worker. Alright, here we go. Evil Luigi. We're calling him in, though the prosecution requests a brief recess to prepare. Oh, we're going to recess. I'm assuming this might be the halfway point, though. So maybe I should end stream here, or not here, but in the recess, and then we'll continue. We'll pick it up. We'll pick it back up next Saturday. Let's go to recess first. Wait, you said you were already prepared. Maybe he wants to double check that his new witness won't pull anything weird like the princess did. Very well, I do believe a break will be for the benefit of us all. The court will reconvene after a 15-minute recess. Court is adjourned. I'm gonna do the recess, and before we go back to court, I'm gonna call it for today. But holy shit, I'm gonna be like gnawing at my hand, at my bones. Gnawing at my bones? What am I talking about? I'm gonna be like itching to play this game again all week because this is so cool. I can actually hear the stream right now because of ads, but the recess is roughly halfway. Oh, I'm sorry about the ads. Oh wait, you can hear me. I'll type it in chat. Oh, well, just in time. Okay. Hey, I was just saying, like, I was literally asking if that was well, not asking. I was more like wondering to myself, but yeah, thanks for letting me know. March. I'm gonna go through the recess and then I'm gonna finish this game next Saturday probably. March 17th, 11:17 a.m. Hyogan Court, defendant lobby number 3. It's not going all that well. It's not going all that well, is it? No, I think that went about as well as it could have, actually, given the circumstances. We exposed the worst of the princess's testimony as untrue. I can't believe she'd just make stuff up like that. I mean, she's the point. Yeah, that was surprising. Wait, I don't know how it just hit me. This is like Teen Malon and Teen Link, but Zelda is a kid. How did that only just hit me? That's interesting. Have we ever had like a big age gap between Link and Zelda in a game before? Probably have, but I can't remember. That's cool. The issues we didn't manage to shake the core of the argument. If only there was anyone else in that house. Oh, I think that's Evil Luigi. Now, there's no need. No, I'm not gonna do a Luigi for that. Now, there's no need to look so glum. Oh no, wait, no, that's okay. Detective, aren't you supposed to be escorting the princess back? That might be explaining the game a couple minutes. Oh shit, never mind then. Alright, I'll trust the process. Let's skip dialogue. I think I didn't read. Oh fuck. Whatever. The carriage is being prepared. I thought I'd drop by in the meantime. You already managed to make Dragmire furious, you know. I have? If you listen carefully, you might just be able to hear him ranting over at the prosecutor's lobby. The distant fucking ghetto noises. He's really giving his upcoming witness a grilling. Expecting him to try and shake you down as fast as he can. Well, that would be worrying if I had anything that you could shut down in the first place, I guess. Oh, but you do. What do you mean? Oh, come on now. Talking about the princess's grand discovery, of course. The fire? I wasn't able to do anything with that. You really think this is relevant? Don't get me wrong. At present, I am convinced the girl did it. We investigated and came to this conclusion for a reason. But I like you two better. Fucking hate that guy. I'm willing to explore every possibility. The fire is definitely a bit strange, and I dare say maybe your only way out of this. If I may be so bold, I think you should press the next witness on that topic hard. As the only person working on the ranch at the time, he's the only one who could have lit that fire. If he's hiding something, I think the court deserves to know. Thing is, the next testimony is about the motive. It's going to be difficult to bring up the fire again without Dragmire objecting. I'm not gonna lie, so far, this game actually, in a lot of sense, like, follows court proceedings a lot better than Ace Attorney. Like, obviously, it's still fantasy court and not actual court proceedings, but like the fact that Link is like, oh, we're on this topic, we can't just randomly switch to another topic. Like, I've seen a lot of Ace Attorney cases, like, care very little about that. You have to make it work. As much as I don't like it, she is right. There really isn't a whole lot else to go on here. Well, thank you. Don't mention it. One last thing. You, ranch girl. Me? You know, just hit me this fucking pose that she's striking right now. Hold on, I gotta get an image real quick. Hold on. I think some of you might already know what I'm about to pull up, but I just I'm sorry. I got it. She's pulling. Oh. Try not to hold that testimony against the princess. Believe me, I'm sure she was acting with the best intentions in mind. You know, the road to the Dark Realm is paved with those, right? Perhaps. It was definitely a serious lapse of judgment, one she'll leave to regret. Part of this comes to the fact that she's rather sheltered and inexperienced. After the sudden death of her older Oh wait, you're right! They didn't explain it! Holy shit! Okay! Alright, so... that explains Kid Zelda! Her older sister died. Okay, hold on. Crazy prediction. This will be the type of shit that Ace Attorney will pull, so I'm calling it right now. I think, like I said before, I still said that the wrench murder was evil Luigi. But mayhaps, because this has been nagging at me for a while, and if I'm wrong on this, I'm wrong on this, whatever, the game's still awesome. But I've been thinking about, like, if it's evil Luigi, then Ganondorf is still goes free, right? And that's Ganondorf. That's bad. What if, like, the latter half of this trial somehow, like, completely takes a 180 into the murder of her sister, and it was Ganondorf? Or maybe there's, like, a second trial after this. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, like I said, we'll finish this next week, but let's finish this part first. Zelda the second. Yeah, that's actually really clever. She was thrust into the role of an heir very suddenly. That's right, the mysterious death of the firstborn Princess Zelda. Oh, they are both Zeldas. Hyrule still grieves after the events of that day. And that's Teen Zelda, huh? Then we're getting flashback cutscenes? The lore in this goes crazy. Yeah, no one knows what exactly happened. In the void of information, conspiracy theories run amok. People blaming the Royal Guard, the Sheikah, and even the king himself. Now it's Ganondorf calling it. The princess will soon have a whole kingdom's worth of trouble over her shoulders. For a kingdom with a history as turbulent as ours, it's a lot to handle. Princess' conduct today probably won't help with the distrust some people have in the crown right now, though. She's why beyond her years, she will learn and she'll be better. I simply ask that you don't think of her as an enemy. Whatever comes of this trial, she does not need more than she already has. Wow, she's so intense. I never expected to see Impa so emotional. I guess all this is why she decided to take blame for the princess' impromptu investigation. Detective Impa. What is it, soldier? I'm quite busy at the moment, so please be quick. The investigation team is back at the ranch. The investigation team back at the ranch has just sent word of a new development. Something about milk shipments being returned to the ranch because of a wrong recipient address. I knew the milk would come back. They're asking you to come over to see it. Oh, those idiots. Don't have time for this. Send someone else to have escort Princess to the castle. Roger. That did remind me, though. I took the bottle of milk from a couple of guards who were slacking on the job earlier. Here, Wrench Girl. Perhaps it'll help calm your nerves somewhat. Not to worry, it's still unopened. Were they just ganking the milk from the crates that they were sporting? This is like, I'm gonna take one. Oh, thank you. That's nice of her. Too bad those guards, though. Now then, I believe the princess's carriage should be prepared by now. If you excuse me. Oh shit. I'm just gonna teleport. You just lit off screen. I guess it's more. Yo! Got milk? No way. Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm calling you right now. I said before that I thought that one of the milks in the crates had something hidden in it. I bet that's gonna be. She's gonna be like, it's like a knife-shaped object in this milk, something like that. I think I'm so nervous right now. Milk has just lost its flavor, or something else. Oh, maybe the milk is contaminated, or it's not milk at all, or there's oil in the milk, or blood on the. It's just blood on the milk. Poor Malin. Huh? What's this flavor? Almond milk is always so tasty. Are you sure it's just nerves? Let me try some. Oh my god, Link is gonna indirect kiss her. Huh? You're right. I assumed this would have come from one of yesterday's shipments. Probably. With the investigation at the ranch, there wouldn't be any today, so maybe just this isn't fresh. No, I don't think so. It doesn't really taste like it's gone bad. Also, the guard said that one of the yesterday's shipments was misaddressed, didn't he? If it had gone bad, it wouldn't be tasteless. It would have too much taste, even. Come on, Malin, you work with milk. You should know that. Also, the guard said that one of the yesterday. Oh yeah, I read this. Wasn't this all handled by Ingo? Ingo, wasn't it? There you go, Ingo. That's the evil Luigi's name. I forgot about that. Maybe there's something odd going on. I better make sure I better make some notes about this in the court record. Note about the shipment returned address to the court record. Added to the court record. Long milk added to the court record. I like the in the backwards way, Link has added long milk to his inventory. Continue the tradition. The defense. The court is about to reconvene. Escort your client back to the courtroom at once. Alright. So it comes down to this. The conclusion is approaching. Time to turn the situation around. It helps me. That's good. Okay. Alright, so that was a scene transition, and at the beginning it said it auto saves as a scene transition. So we should be good now. So like I said, chat, we're finishing this next Saturday for sure, because I'm so excited to get back to this. Yeah, so I have to save there. Thank you. That's so cool. We'll finish this next Saturday, and tomorrow, by the way, I didn't set on my schedule yet what I was gonna do because I hadn't decided yet. So tomorrow we're gonna be playing some Kirby because we haven't played Kirby in a while, Forgotten Land. But before that, I found a funny game, and I mentioned this game in another stream before. And ever since I mentioned it, I've been dying to try it. So before Kirby, we're gonna have a short segment where I'll just try that game for a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for coming, and I'm super excited to continue this game. Let's rate Star for now, because Star's playing Kirby 64, and we're going from one Nintendo 64 game to another. Raid Starelia Umera. Alright, and let's see, what do we do for the raid message? Got milk raid. Got milk raid. Star likes retro stuff to appreciate the got milk reference. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye.